Hi, my name is Lance Moran, and I'm the game day video producer at Pennington Field. Growing up as a kid, I watched football with my dad, went to football games, professional football games, college football games, played football myself at Pennington Field for LD Bell, and just being able to go behind the scenes and being able to give back to the community and see the teams that you grew up with in a different way is very rewarding for myself, and I enjoy it because sports is like a reality TV show that's unscripted, and you're always going to get some kind of new story every game, and it's fascinating to watch and to get to know the people involved.
My name is Bez. I was on field cam for the longest time, but now they've put me on deck cam 3, so most of the time I'm on Trinity side up in a deck with a camera. And yeah, that's kind of just all I do there right now.
I am Hunter Karen. I am a senior at Trinity, and I am a field camera operator. I'm always down on the field during the games, following the players for close-up shots, replays, all that stuff. Also, crowd shots, the cheerleaders performing. Sometimes the drum line comes down on the field and perform a few songs. So, yeah, it's a really fun position.
My daily routine on game days is I will go to the stadium around 4 o'clock. Game time is usually 7 p.m. That gives me about 2 hours before call time. Call time is when all the crew shows up for the event. And that gives me enough time to get everything booted up, start the scoreboard, get all the concession stand monitors going, and also set up cameras. I really think that the crew we have now has really good chemistry. They've all worked in AV in some capacity, even if it's just in my class. But the majority of the crew consists of a group that have been working in AV for, I would say, at least 5 to 15 years at some capacity.
So at Pennington, sometimes we take the field cam and we'll run it through the tunnels. Fun little fact, I'm the reason that happens now, because one night Hunter was on the field and I was directing, funnily enough. Horrible idea. And Hunter said, and someone suggested, what if we ran with the players with the field cam for a shot? And I was like, okay, I'm down, let's do it. And then I spent a good 20 minutes pressuring Hunter to do it, and then he finally did it, and it kind of worked and it kind of didn't, because our field cams are sketchy.
Baz was he really wanted me to run through that tunnel, and he was just telling me, go do it, you'll be fine, you'll be good. I mean, if anything happens to you, just make sure the camera's okay and not you, because your hospital bill is far less expensive than those cameras. So a lot of pressure there, but that was probably one of the most adrenaline rushing things I've ever done in football. And I still do it at every game. I go into the tunnel with the football players, and I'm reminding them, okay, don't run into me, I'm running out with you. And, well, yeah, I've just been doing that ever since.
I think the biggest challenge that you have during a game is just being able to juggle a host of people while also juggling a host of technical things. And if any one of those things goes wrong or there's a hitch, then it can send the whole production into a tailspin.
We were working a homecoming game last year, and someone in our audio video class wanted to do a homecoming proposal toward the end of one of the retro movie reviews we did. So Baz and we had to, right after halftime, hide in the crowd with a 20-pound camera on our shoulders, trying to hide from the couple that we were supposed to capture their reactions with. And when you go into the crowd with a camera like that, you stick out like a sore thumb, because all of a sudden everybody thinks you're going to be putting them up on. And we're just like, no, dude, we're here for a reason. We're not here for you. So after like the video comes to an end and he does his proposal, we realized the camera was not on. So I'm standing there like struggling, like, dude, come on, kid, turn the camera back on, turn the camera back on. But luckily it turned back on. We captured the reaction, put it up on the board. It was such a wholesome moment. Then we snuck back out of the crowd and went back onto the field and, did the rest of our shenanigans. So, funny thing just happened. As we were walking back up, one of the screws popped off from underneath our field camera. Yeah, we're a bit like redneck style.
Okay, rule of thumb, never trust a guy who uses keys as his main tools. And the reason I say that is because keys as your main tools are not trustworthy. Or a Blockbuster gift card to be specific.
You have a Blockbuster gift card?
Yes, I do.
Do you know how old those places are and that they don't exist anymore?
Yep.
Man,
that's why I use it.
You really are a redneck.
My name is Gary Russell and I'm the public address announcer here at Pennington Field. My job is to look down on the field and relay back through words in the speakers who carried the ball, who passed the ball, who caught the ball, who made the tackle, if there was an interception or a fumble, how much time is left, basically what's going on. I'm one step below like a play-by-play guy. This is my 25th season, okay? I've been doing Bell since 2001. I took over Trinity in 2014 when the guy who was doing Trinity retired. I did both schools for like 5 years until Jason Caruso took over the job as PA for Trinity. And he did it for like 3 seasons, I believe, and then he got sick and he eventually passed away. And I took it back over again in 2021. And I've had it ever since. And I've been doing junior high and JV here for over 15 years probably. So basically, anytime there's a football game in this place, I'm sitting right here in my chair.
I began at the University of North Texas, where I went to school to study radio, television, film, and I've been doing this for almost 30 years now.
It was my sophomore year, and first time in high school, I was like terrified. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I wanted something to help me fit in. So my mom saw this Facebook post about them needing volunteers up at Pennington Field. So they were like, hey, this is like right up your alley. Why don't you go try it out? So I said, yeah, okay, let me test it out. So I show up to the scrimmage that August, and just 1 hour down on the field with those cameras, and instantly I knew this is what I want to do. This is what I was made for.
Hi, I'm Chisholm Register, and I am one of the assistant field cameras at Pennington. I've only been doing this since like school started, so probably like it's the football season, first week of September. Before the game starts, we go around 6 o'clock, go on the field, we set the cameras up. We try to wait until the players come out so we can start recording. We get as many shots of action on the field as possible. We get crowd shots, we get the students, the parents, the Troyans, band, everything that you can't see from far away. We bring the action up close.
Okay, so what we love about the camera crews, they work so hard and they do so good at taking people's pictures, and we love all the work they do for Trinity.
And they get good shots of everyone.
Camera crew's awesome. Y'all are down there hustling, running, getting the shots. Y'all are doing a great job, and we're very appreciative of what y'all are doing.
I like the karaoke portion a lot.
I think they're great and that they're really fun to vibe with, and that once, like, anytime there's a time to just mess around, they're always able to catch us.
I think the camera crew here is good. Like, they do their job. They get shots of everything. I feel like they get a good amount of the crowd, good amount of the football players, of course, cheer, band, and everything. So you get an outlook on every single good thing about football.
Alright, so the camera crew, they did their job today. Shout out to the student section, the Troyans, the band. They did their stuff. They make sure the student section's lit as always. And of course, we thank them every day in every football game. Thank y'all so much. Y'all did an amazing job.
I really enjoy this job because, you know, you feel like you belong in this place because working a camera, it's like people know who you are, they're relying on you to get them on camera, make them popular, and in turn, you kind of get that sense of popularity. I love the excitement, I love the drama, I just love spending time with my friends, you know, causing shenanigans on the field. So I'm glad this is a job that I get to do.
I've always been someone, I can't do uptight jobs. I have to be in an environment with people who kind of match my energy and kind of are chill with me. And it's a very chill job. It's also just something I've wanted to do since I was like 5 or 6. So that also helps.
I just like being up close to all the players, the coaches, and just seeing the game right in front of me than just being on the stands. And I don't know, it just feels like I'm in the game instead of just watching it. And I really enjoy that.